Question 1 says convert 12 over 15 to a percentage. So what we want to be doing is writing 12 over 15 as something over 100. But 15 doesn't go into 100. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to make our life simple by simplifying first. The highest common factor of 12 and 15 is 3. So that gives us 4 over 5. Mr. G Maths. And 5 times what makes 100? 5 times 20 makes 100. Do it to the bottom, do it to the top. 80 over 100 is the same as 80%. And that's your answer. Make sure you write the top tips, like always make your life simple, simplify first. Pause the video if you need to do that and press play when you're ready to keep watching. Question 2 says simplify fully, which means we've got to simplify the numbers and the letters. Let's do numbers first. What's the highest common factor of 14 and 21? 7. 14 divided by 7 is 2. 21 divided by 7 is 3. So I'm now going to write this out like that so that I can cross out the things that they both have. Both got 1, 2, 3 y's, and they've both got an x. That leaves us with 2xy over 3. And that is our answer. Make sure you've paused the video, made any notes that you need to. Question 3. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times -2 is -6. -2 times x is -2x. -2 times -1 is +2. 3x minus 2x is just x. -6 plus 2, -4. And that is the solution. Question 4a says share £3,000 in the ratio 2 to 1 to 7. Ratio questions, box method with a total. 2 plus 1 plus 7 is 10. My actual total is 3,000. So I'm going to write that underneath the 10. How many 10s go into 3,000? It's a bit like asking how many 1s go into 300. The answer is 300. So that's my connection. Do the same to the other boxes at the top. 2 times 300 is 600. So I'm just going to write it here so I've got space. 1 times 300 is 300. I'll write that there. And 7 times 300 is, well, 7 times 3 is 21. And there's 2 more zeros. So that's my answer. Question B, express 250 as a product of its prime factors. Well, that means we're doing a factor tree, and product means times. 2, 3, 5, 7. Don't forget your primes. I love that chant. Who else loves that chant? You love that chant? Anyway, we've done the factor tree. Then we have to write it out. 2 times 5 times 5 times 5, which is the same as 2 times 5 cubed. Pause the video, make any notes that you need to. These are both right, this one and this one, but a pro would write it the second way. Question 5 says calculate 63 times 1.7. Multiplying decimals, gelosia. I'll do my gelosia grid, write out the numbers first, draw the boxes, draw those lines, diagonals go corner to corner. I'm going to do the decimal point now so I don't forget about it. They meet here, so therefore it's there. So I've got 107.1 as my answer. Make sure you made any notes that you need to. Keep watching when you're ready. Question 6a says work out -5 minus 2. So I'm starting on my number line at -5. I'm going down by 2. So the answer is negative. What am I doing? Down by 2, takes us to -7. The answer is -7. 6b says -7x take away -6x. Well, -7x take away -6x is the same as +6x. So this time, I'm starting out at -7x, and I'm going up by 6x, and I end up at -x. With -1x. Obviously, we write -x as proper mathematicians. Question 7, round. That should not be there. Sorry about that. Typo. Round 6,340 to two significant figures. So the first significant figure is here. The second significant figure is here, which makes 4 the decider. 4 is a weak decider because it's less than 5. So these guys stay the same, and I write out the zeros so the number is roughly the same. 7b, find the lowest common multiple of 4 and 10. Well, 4, lowest common multiple means multiples of a number are the times tables. So I'm going to write out the times tables of 4, and I'm going to write out the times tables of 10 until I get a number that is in both their times tables. So 20 is the lowest common multiple. Make sure you haven't got multiples confused with factors. Question 8. We've got work out leading answers in their simplest form. 1 1/5 plus 1/8. Adding and subtracting fractions, find the LCM. But first, we've got to make that mixed number an improper fraction. Now that I've done this, let's write it out again. I need to find the LCM of 8 and 5, which I know is 40. It's the first number in both their times tables. 5 times 8 makes 40. Do it to the bottom, do it to the top. 8 times 5 makes 40. Do it to the bottom, do it to the top. So I end up with 48 plus 5 is 53 over 40, which is the same as 1 13/40. Part B is 18 over 28 times 24 over 30. Well, multiplying fractions is top, top, bottom, bottom, but always make your life simple. Simplify first. So I'm looking at 28 and 24, and I'm thinking the highest common factor is 4. So if I divide them both by 4, I get 7 and 6. 18 and 30, the highest common factor is 6. So if I divide them both by 6, I get 3 and 5. Now I do top, top. 3 times 6 is 18. Bottom, bottom, 7 times 5 is 35. So that's my answer. Because I've already simplified it before I did the multiplying, that is in its simplest form. Make sure you made any purple pen notes you need to, and we'll move on. Question 9 says, without a calculator, find 45% of 8,000. Well, because this is quite a nice number, 45%, I'm going to find 10% of 8,000, in other words, divided by 10, which is 800. I'm going to find 5%, which is half of that, 400. And 40% is 4 lots of the 10, which is 3,200. And then I'm just going to add the 5 and the 40, so these two, give 45% is equal to 3,600. You could have used original times multiplier equals final, and if you'd done that, you'd have had to do 8,000 times 0.45 using Gelosia. Without a calculator, decrease 52 by 12%. So I'm definitely not going to be doing the same method where I find 10% for this one. For this one, decreasing 52 by 12%, I'm going to do O times M equals F. My original amount is 52. My multiplier, well, if I'm decreasing by 12%, it's like 100%. Take away, because it's decreasing, 12%, which is 88%, which is a decimal, 0.88. I've divided by 100. So I'm going to write that in place of the multiplier, 0.88. And now all I have to do with my gelosia is 52 times 0.88. When I do that, assuming I don't make any silly mistakes, I get 45.76. Much easier to do it this way than trying to find 10% and then 1% and then 1% and then subtracting it. Question 10a. Work out the area of the following shapes, all lengths are in centimeters. So this shape here is a parallelogram. Area of parallelogram, base times perpendicular height. The base of this is 12. The perpendicular height is 7. The red herring is 9. When I'm looking at people's purple pen notes of their fluency test, it always makes me very happy to see people doing this. Just commenting on the red herrings like that. It's always good to see, and it shows me that people are watching these videos very carefully, making good purple pen notes. So well done, those people. So the answer is 84 centimeters squared. For part B, we have a triangle. Area of a triangle, base times perpendicular height divided by 2. So the base in this case and the height, the perpendicular height, they're the ones that are right angles. It's going to have to be the 8 and the 10 because these are at right angles here. The 11, that's the red herring. So we're going to do 8 times 10 divided by 2, which is 80 over 2, which is 40 centimeters squared. Again, make sure you made any purple pen notes that you need to. Pause the video if you need to do that. Press play when you're ready for number 11. Number 11. Solve this equation. So we've got x on both sides. We need to get rid of the smallest x, but we cannot do that yet because there's a bracket here. So what we've got to do first is we've got to expand the bracket. You see my mistake? Done a little mistake there. Did you spot it? Who's watching? 3 times 1 is 3. Make sure we're expanding that bracket properly. X on both sides, get rid of the smallest x. We've got 7x minus 3x is 4x. Still got this in minus 1. These have cancelled and we're left with this positive 3. Now to eliminate the negative, the minus 1, I'm going to add 1 to both sides. I get 4x equal to 4. And then I'm going to eliminate the times 4 by dividing by 4. Do it to one side, do it to the other. That cancels that. And x equals 1 because 4 over 4 is 1. Make any notes that you need to. Pause the video, press play, and you're ready to keep watching. Final question on this side of the fluency test on part 1, Wednesday's lesson. Question 12. Find the perimeter of the following shape. Lengths are in centimeters. Perimeter is distance around a 2D shape. So we have to find the distance from here to here to here to here. Maybe notice that we don't have all the side lengths, but we do know that this one and this one are the same. So that is 11.4. So to find the perimeter, I do 18 plus 11.4 plus 11.4, and the decimal point never moves. So you can see now I've lined up my decimal points nicely. 4 plus 4 is 8. Decimal point stays there. 8 plus 1 is 10. Carry the 1. I have 4. 40.8 centimeters. Boom. There we have it. Make sure you've made all the notes that you need to, guys. And remember to take a photo of your fluency test marked, because you're going to send it to your teacher on Friday. Thanks for watching.